Hi guys, today I'm going to do a Q&A style video. All week I've been asking you to tweet me, Facebook me, email me, any questions that you have about anything that you want and that you want me to answer. I hope you guys enjoy and we'll get cracking. So first question I've got here is from Jennifer, and she says, how did you learn to play guitar? Did it just come naturally? When I was about 8 or 9 at school, I decided with my best friend that we wanted to go and have guitar lessons. I think that I was just starting to get into songwriting and singing. It was a struggle at first. I mean, it really hurt my fingers. We always used to sort of tap our fingers on the table. I don't know why. I don't think that would have helped. The first song I learnt the riff for the Friends theme tune. Probably my first riff that I learned, and then I learnt Hey Ya by Outkast. I learnt that as well, so those are the first songs that I learnt. Then I went on to, in secondary school, I had more guitar lessons. That was more like kind of scales and stuff, which I didn't really like, so I just took the initiative to sort of go and learn songs with the chords that I had and write my own stuff. Christmas with snow falling down. Another question here from Jennifer says, do you have brothers or sisters? I have 2 brothers and they have 3 children each, so I am an auntie 6 times over, which is amazing. Got another question from Nick. It says, how old were you when you started singing? As cliche as it sounds, I have kind of sung my whole life. There's a video of me, I'll put a link somewhere, maybe here. If you want to go and see it, it's of me singing No Doubt Don't Speak when I was like 3 or 4, I think. And I went to vocal coaching when I was around 15, I think. And then I joined ACM when I was 16, and then I did the vocal courses throughout that. So I've kind of just done it seriously from the age of 14, 15 upwards, which is when I started gigging. Next question is from Solly. What was your first performance/gig like? I think my first ever performance was in a campsite in Dorset, and it was like their talent competition, talent show thing, and I did Anastasia Left Outside Alone, and I came second. Before I was absolutely terrified. I was in the toilets, I was crying, I didn't want to do it at all, but I did it in the end, and I'm really glad I did because I came second. And then the first time I actually played one of my own songs, or when I started playing with guitar, was at secondary school. I was in year 7 and I had a migraine on the day, so I threw up before we went on. So that was good. So my first couple of performances wasn't great, but it didn't put me off and I've carried on going, so I'm really glad that I did. Got a question here from Tommy saying, what advice would you give new musicians thinking of making music their career choice? I would say, if it's what you want to do and if it's 100% what you've got your mind set on, get really good at what you want to do, hone your craft, work at it, and don't take no as an answer. Keep going and really do your research in your field. Research is such a big thing that you need to know what's out there, who's doing what at the minute, what's the latest trends, what's the latest social media, get on it, all that kind of thing. And I think just keep going, you just go for it, do it. Do it! Okay, got another question from Jennifer. It says, seems to me you would have to know a lot of people with influence to get this far. How did you meet them and who is your biggest supporter? You do get to know a lot of people along the way. A lot of people that have influenced me have been through gigging, have been through studying. I studied at a music academy, so there's so many people there that are inspirational. All the tutors, they're out doing it, living it. Around you, your fellow students, everyone's gigging every week and writing new songs and collaborating, and it's all that kind of thing that does keep you going. And who's my biggest supporter? I think people who have supported you from the ground up, so it's the radio stations, the gigs, all the kind of things that you did when you were first starting out, all in those really hard days, all those people that believed in you, gave you that little break. In terms of fans, I can't obviously say this person, because there are so many people and they've just been sort of interactive with everything I've done, and I'm really thankful for everyone that does and everyone that has sort of sent questions in, so thank you guys so much, it really means a lot. We got a question from Tim which says, while you always dress well and fashionably, you've never gone down the well-trodden route of using immodesty to sell music. Basically saying it's always been about the song and the voice, and was it a conscious decision? I have always been very sort of fashion conscious when I was younger and coming up to now, wanting to follow trends, wanting to sort of wear clothes that would be appropriate for me age-wise and appropriate for my musical style as well. I'm very aware that younger people follow my music, younger people come to see me, and I don't want to kind of give the wrong impression. So yes, to answer the question, it was a conscious decision. Next question we've got from Tom. He's saying, if you can play in the States, where would you like to play first? I've always wanted to go to New York and I've never been, and it would be incredible to play a show there. I mean, I don't really have a specific place. If I was lucky enough to be asked to go out to the States and perform, I would take it. Like, I'm not going to say, oh no, but that's not on my list of where I want to play. If I had the opportunity, then I would. So yeah, anywhere, I guess, would be amazing. Another question from Tom saying, who were the people who influenced you the most when growing up? Well, I guess the people that were around the most when I was growing up were my mum and dad and my brothers. But my mum and dad, I guess, have influenced me the most in terms of life. Musically, who has influenced me the most when I've been growing up? So when I was younger, I used to listen to a lot of Anastasia, Shania Twain, Avril Lavigne, and then when I was a little bit older, I'd listen to Kelly Clarkson. More recently, in the last couple of years, The Pretty Reckless, and then I've got into sort of musically listening to bands that are a little bit rockier. So I've got into listening to people like Yumi at Six and Mallory Knox and that kind of bands who've got that little bit of heavier behind them, but they've still got really nice melody lines going over the top. I listen to the radio all the time because I think it's important to appreciate pop music. I know not everyone likes it, but I love it. I've got a question from Hannah, and no, not myself. Did you ever struggle with nerves when you first started performing? Yes, I did. I tried to take the nerves and flip them on their head because I did used to get ridiculously nervous, especially when I was at school. I used to do charity gigs and I used to do the Christmas concerts, and I would be wetting myself before I'd go on stage. I was so nervous and it just ruined the performances for me because I didn't get to enjoy them. All I was thinking about was what I was singing next, or the big note that was coming up, or the chords I was playing, and oh, there's that person in the audience, and it was all a bit overwhelming. So now I've really learnt to channel those nerves into excitement. Good example, we played G Live and it was the biggest show pretty much that I've ever played. The huge gig, there was a lot riding on it, and I was so pumped before we went on. I was so excited and I had adrenaline rather than nerves, and it was incredible, and it's the best show that I've ever played. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this kind of Q&A session that we're doing. If you want to see more kind of like vlog videos from me, then let me know. So get in touch, and yeah, I hope to see you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed it and have an amazing Christmas. Bye!